Loud. I'm loud.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you all? I'm having some technical issues. My lighting is not wanting to cooperate tonight. It's flickering. Oh my, I'm going to see if we're live on Facebook.
YouTube.
All right, I'm looking. Oh, I just saw a picture of my son and his son. Okay, yes, we are live on Facebook, right? Okay. Let me pull this. Oh, I don't know why the lighting's doing that. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's so frustrating. I have a good card for you guys today. Okay, I'm just getting everything worked out. I couldn't get my iPad working, so you can't see my face again. I'm sorry. Okay, get this up here. All right, here we go. Okay, and then I know I'm live over on YouTube. Sorry about my husband sneezing in the background. Bless you, honey. Okay, I'm going to take 2 seconds and see if I can get this lighting working without rolling, without flickering. Again, I apologize. We're still rolling. Okay. Boy, I wish I was more tech savvy. Oh, we're still rolling. Oh, that just, and flickering. I didn't know what to do except just go on with my overhead lights, and forgive me for the shadows. It's going to be a little bit dark. Oh, that's
It's not
bad.
flickering. The shadows, not flickering.
I'm sorry, guys. Okay. He's trying to help me out with this. We're still rolling a little bit. Hopefully it won't be so bad. I am all ready to roll other than the lighting. Okay, I think we're okay. All right. What, honey? It's good. He says it's good. Okay. That is my husband, Steve. He is my right hand, my left hand, my everything. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay. I am doing an online class, and there goes the flickering.
Not here.
It takes a minute to catch up over there, babe. Okay. I'm doing an online class. The ordering ends, I believe I want to say the 17th. If this is something you're interested in, please let me know. With this class, you'll get a spool of peach pie ribbon. You'll get, honey, he's trying to help. You'll get a half a pack of designer series paper. This is what happens when you go live, right? All the things go wrong. You'll be making 3 cards and a box. And you'll be getting these gems, which I have used the heck out of these gems. I just love them so much. And then the card kits, tutorial, and a video of me making them. So I can't wait. You're going to have so much fun with them. Okay, so that's coming up. Let me just give you a sneak peek of the cards. Bam, bam, bam. And then the box. And there's the box. Oh, that light is bad. Okay. I'm trying, guys. One of these days, I'll get it back to where it should be. All right. So the first thing I wanted to do was show you a card layout. And this is my card layout. Boy, if you have epilepsy, don't watch this video. I'm going to tell you right now, because that's kind of like a strobe, and it's not good. Okay. This is a card layout that Stampin' Up! Gave us. It's not in the catalog, though. It's in something that I did at, convention. And so convention was a ball. They did not have us do this though. So I'm going to start with just creating that layout. Okay. I have all my stuff cut, and I want you to know to just use whatever scraps you have when you're doing this. And that's what I do. I just use whatever scraps I have laying around, and I create my layout. So the strips are cut at 1 3/8 by 3.5. Okay, that's these first strips. Okay, so my husband says the light's not flickering like it is on for me. Okay, good. All right, I do have a, hi babe, I'm having issues. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and lay this one down in the center. So what else is new, right? We're live. Okay, I'm gonna forget all about the issues and just do the card. Okay, so there's my first strip. It's 1 3/8 by 3.5. And yes, I'm using liquid glue. I just think it's easier to move it around if I need to. Now I'm going to place my second one on here. Okay. And my third. Now remember, this is just a layout. It's not supposed to be pretty. It's just so it can go in my stash and I can pull it out and say, oh, that's what I want to create. And that way I don't have to dig through the computer. I don't have to, looking for layouts and things like that. Okay. Then we're going to put this strip down, and this strip is 5 1/4 by 1 inch. Okay. And I'm just going to put this on here like so and just kind of center it like that. And then what I like to do when I'm making these cards is write on them. So you're going to need 3 strips. And that's the green at 1 3/8 by 3.5. 1 3/8 by 3.5. Okay, so that's these right here. All right. Now this strip is 5 1/4 by 1 inch. Okay. And then I have this next strip that'll be for my sentiment. And I'm not using that. I'm going to take a little twine because I want to remember to sometimes add twine. Let me grab my scissors. And it looks like I'm frozen on Facebook. I apologize for that. If I am, hopefully it'll come back. Okay. I just put just a tad of adhesive down. And I'm just going to wrap that around like so. And then wrap this one around and just put that down. And then this piece, I'll grab some dimensionals to put on the back. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm really not that frozen. Okay, good. All right. So now I'm going to take these dimensionals, put them on the back, and I forgot to write on it. This piece is 4 1/4 by 1/2 inch. Now my writing's pretty raunchy on that because I did it in the air, but that's okay. All right. So there you have your layout. Okay. And let's see. That layout is going to help you when creating these cards. So now I can just take this, put it in a box, and anytime I want to create a card, I can create it. All right, next, we're going to create a card with that layout. Okay, let me grab a piece of paper. All right, so I am making this card right here, and I'm using that layout. Let's see if I can zoom in just a tad bit more. Probably can. Oh, that's so much better. Okay. So inside here, I have everything I need to make that card. Everything's already cut. So these strips are cut at 1 3/8 by 3 1/2. I have a white strip. Hi, Christy. Thank you. Having issues always. 5 1/4 by 1 inch. This layout is in our book that they gave us from convention. Just so you know, I am using basic, thick basic white as my card base. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do now, I have all my card stocks here. Let me see. Okay, so I have Peach Pie cardstock, Pretty in Pink cardstock, and Petunia Pop cardstock. All right, and then I'm going to be using the inks. Okay, so for my inks, I have Peach Pie, which I'm going to use first. And I should tell you, I'm using the Spotlight on Nature stamp set for this. Wonderful stamp set. I just love it. I can't get enough of it, let me tell you. All right, I'm going to take the leaves from that set. Yes, that after hours event was amazing. Okay, and I'm just going to angle this and stamp it tone on tone. Okay, I do have my cleaner over here because I'm going to be using Pretty in Pink next, and I don't want to get Peach Pie on here. Okay, tone on tone. Okay, back to my ink so you guys can see what inks I'm using. Okay, the next one I'm going to use is Petunia Pop. Now I'm going to leave these open. I know that's dangerous, but you'll see why in a minute. Get my leaves back. Okay, get this up here. All right, and we're going to put Petunia Pop on there. Tone on tone. Okay, gorgeous. I love how that stamps. All right. Oh, I need to leave that open. Okay, so we're going to set those aside till we put the card together. All right. Next, I'm going to take my brushes, my blending brushes. Okay. And I'm going to use the Peach Pie first. So we're going to start at one end. All right. It doesn't matter. You can turn it over. All right. I'm just going to start blending this. Okay. Now you do kind of want to stamp off. I should have done that first. Got some of the ink. And if I had my glass mat, I could just pick that ink up. But I don't have my glass mat out. Okay. I'm going to use Pretty in Pink next. I just love how these three colors blend together so well. And if you get it a little too dark in one area and you want to add more, that's fine too. And I just want to blend this a little more. Get some more of that Pretty in Pink there. Get some more blending. All right. The next one I'm going to use is Petunia Pop. Okay, this color is going to come out dark. So I'm going to just lightly put it on there, a little bit at a time till we get the color we want. Guys, oh, I just love doing this. It's so relaxing. And don't worry if you get it darker in one area. It will all work out, okay? All right, I'm happy with that. I'm going to close up Peach Pie. And I'm going to close up the Pretty in Pink because I'm going to use from the Spotlight on Nature stamp set. I'm going to use, I call it hashtags. I know it's not hashtags, but it's a crosshatch of some sort. Okay. And we're going to take that in the Petunia Pop and we're going to ink it up on the top. And this just adds just a little bit of something. Okay. Just so it isn't so plain. All right, let's stamp that off and then I'm going to clean it. All right. So you can kind of see that just adds a little bit of something. All right. Okay. And then last but not least, I am using Simply Said stamp set. I love the Let's Celebrate in here. So I have that mounted. And I'm going to use Petunia Pop since it's open for this one. On my last one, I did it in Peach Pie. But I like this one. And I like the Petunia Pop. It's so bright. And so happy. Sorry about my head or any shadow. Let me just pull that in. Okay. All right. Okay, let me clean that. You can hear that. All right, so for the ends, I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to go ahead and just banner cut the edges. Okay, now I'm leaving this long. It's the way I want it. All right, there we go. And it's going to fit right on that piece that I just put aside. Okay, so see, it's going to fit right on there just the way I want it. All right, so since we're all done stamping, I'm going to turn this over because I don't want to get any of that ink on my cardstock. I'm going to take my 3 pieces. Again, I'm just going to use my liquid glue. And I'm going to adhere this one right in the middle as possible without me measuring because I don't want to measure. I'm funny that way. Might scoot it over just a tad. Okay. And that's the nice thing about the liquid glue is I can scoot it over and I can straighten it up if I need to. Okay, next will be the Peach Pie piece. Okay. And I can push that in a little bit if I want. Okay. Let me look at it this way. Whoop. A little bit too close on the bottom. Okay. Then I'm going to put my Petunia Pop. That's fun to say. I used to have a pig that I called Petunia. She was a potbelly pig. She used to be a cute little potbelly pig that used to run around here. That was a long time ago. All right, I'm going to take and close my ink pad. And again, I'm just going to glue this down. I really like using the liquid glue on this one. All right, so that is just glued at an angle, right? Again, I'm going to take my adhesive, just put a little bit on there so I can run my twine. Okay. So I'm just making like a little bow, a faux bow, if you will. And then I'm going to cut that off and get some dimensionals and put them on the back side of this. And I'm going to use probably 4 because I like it to stand up and not bend in the center. I don't want anything sagging. Hi, Candy. How are you? All right. So then I'm going to add this piece. Make sure I have it straight. Okay. All right. And there you have it. That is that second one. Okay. So from this same layout, I have a third card for you. Now, it's going to look different. Let me swap out some things here. So I'm ready because I don't need any of this. This time, I'm going to pull in some basic beige. Now, I've already die cut all of this, so I don't have to die cut in front of you guys right now because I am doing so many cards. I just want to make sure that I don't keep you on too long. So we are going to be using basic beige cardstock with this. And I already have them, like I said, die cut into my pieces. I forgot to poke out all the pokies. Okay, let me go really fast on poking those, and then I won't worry too much. I don't have my brush over here. I do have my take your pick tool. Oh, but I forgot to sit and poke these. There are ways that you can do it where you don't have to have these things. And I do have a brush that would have made life much easier. I just didn't think about it. So sometimes I just like to give it a flick on the floor. And a lot of those will come out. And like I said, I'm just going to leave some in and I'm not going to worry about it. Some of them don't want to come out. They like it in their hole. And like I said, you can just kind of run your hand along it. Okay, those can stay. These little pieces will just pick up when I run the vacuum. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to use is basic beige ink. I don't think I put that on my banners, which is okay. It's just the cost of the rest of them, but it's a nice ink. I love it. I'm using the Spotlight on Nature again. So both these cards, Spotlight on Nature, I love it. Only this time I am using the bundle because I'm using the dies that come with it as well as the stamp set. All right, so let me show you what we're going to do. Let me show you the card. Okay, so here's the card. That's what it's going to look like when I'm done. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is just kind of ink up the bottom of my stamp. All right, and I'm going to stamp this on the bottom, leaving me a little bit of leaf in that basic beige. Then I'm going to take the center. I'm going to ink up probably almost all of it this time. And I'm going to stamp this. And it's okay if some of it doesn't stamp on the cardstock. It's okay if it goes off in the leaves. It's still going to look beautiful. The next thing I'm going to stamp is the butterfly. And the butterfly is going to go on your third circle. Okay. So I'm going to put my basic beige ink away. Now this time we are using watercolor pencils. Okay. They are the assortment 1 and 2. Mine are old. I don't know if they look like this anymore. I can't be honest and tell you what they look like, but they're fun. All right. So I'm going to take Old Olive, White, Daffodil Delight, maybe some Granny Apple Green. We'll see. And I'm just going to go over these leaves a little bit here and there. I'm not going to go crazy. On the other one, I kind of went crazy, and I don't know. I like this look better, I think. So we're just getting some green over the top of the beige. All right. And then I'm going to go up here and do this one. And I'm going to do the green again for the stems. And I'm using the Old Olive. I love Old Olive, one of my favorite colors. Okay, I'm going to just go into the leaves and just do some shadowing a little bit here and there. But it doesn't matter because we're going to use the water painter here in a minute to kind of smooth this out. Okay. So I kind of have that where I want it in there. All right, now I'm going to take my white, my basic white colored pencil, and I'm going to just go in on the flowers. Just kind of color them. Now I'm covering most of this because I really want that white to pop. But I am leaving the base of the flower down in here. And I'm going to add, I think this, I'll add a little Granny Apple Green to it to give it more of a base on it. Same with this one down here. Give it a little pop. Okay. Now, I'm not going to worry about this one because if it turns out to be where I think, it'll get covered. So the next thing I'm going to do is do my butterfly. And on my butterfly, I'm just going to add some yellow here and there. Okay. And I'm fine with it not being everywhere because, like I said, we're going to take our water painter and we're going to go in, make sure our water's flowing. Okay. Ooh, got a big ball of water there. And now I'm just going to kind of spread around that yellow on my butterfly, kind of smooth it out, make it look a little more, not so many lines, make it look like it's been watercolored. I love using our watercolored pencils. I don't use them enough. I need to start using them more often. Okay, a little bit more up in here. Just bringing that yellow up from the bottom where it can be darker. And then, okay, so that's the butterfly. Now, you see I've got this little, maybe you can't see, I've got a little puddle of water on my paper here. And I'm just picking that up instead of squeezing out on my aqua painter. And I'm just coloring in those leaves and just kind of smoothing out any harsh lines. I don't want those harsh lines. Okay, I'm going to bring this one in. It doesn't take a lot, guys. Just a little bit here and there. Okay, that's it. That's it. All right, now I'm going to move that out of the way, I'm going to do my tag. Okay, so I'm going to use thanks. And I forgot to bring that ink over. That ink is pecan pie. Pecan. How do you guys say it? Tell me. Do you like the pecan or do you like the pecan? I totally forgot to use this one. Thank you, miss. Okay, so we're using thanks here. All right, and I'm not stamping it right at the top. I want to have some room for my ribbon. And I'm using the dear friends. However, I'm not using the dear or dear friend. I'm not using the dear. So I'm going to just go in right at the F and pick up some ink. Okay. Make sure I didn't get any on my dear because like I said, I'm not using it. And I'm just going to use friend. Okay. All right. I like how that turned out. I did a sentiment and it turned out okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Where is this one? I'm trying to get rid of the banner, guys. We don't need it anymore. It is up. Okay. What I'm going to do now is take the basic beige ribbon. Okay. And I'm going to just tie a itty bitty little bow. Itty bitty. I don't need a huge bow on this. And I love doing my bows on the spool so that I can make it whatever size I want. And that way I'm not taking and getting rid of a ton of ribbon. You know, I'll take a little bit off. It's still frayed a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. It kind of looks pretty when it frays. I'm going to get a glue dot. And I'm going to put that on the top here. Oh, I added a little too much paper up there, but that's okay. Guess what? We have scissors. We can just snip that right off if you don't want all that extra. Okay. And then down here, I'm going to make a banner. All right. That's my banner. All right, so we're all together here. Now, I do want you to know I went ahead and already embossed the Eyelet 3D embossing folder on my Daffodil Delight cardstock. And I'm going to take my thick, basic white cardstock, which I just absolutely love it for card bases, guys. And I think I'm going to just get rid of this for now. Kind of clean this area up a little bit so you can see it. All right, let's take the bone folder. Go ahead and crease that fold. Now, I'm trying to find my stamp and seal. Okay, here it is. Things like to hide from me, you know? Don't you agree? When you go to create, sometimes you just can't find anything that you want. All right. I'm going to add this. Now, you guys might be thinking, Karen, this does not look like that layout. Well, I've got something to show you here in a little bit. It will. All right, so I'm going to put this down at the bottom. Sorry, put it up too high. And then I'm going to take my next piece. Now, remember, I said it will line up. And so I'm going to just put it on here where it lines up. up in there. Okay. And then I've got my butterfly. Now I'm just putting these flat. All right. Ooh, this needed to turn a little bit. I forgot. Okay. Still lines up, guys. I just forgot I needed to pull it over and turn it. Okay. So now I'm going to add my butterfly. All right. And then I'm going to put my sentiment on with dimensionals. And then I can't wait to show you this. This is so cool. Now on these cards, I forgot to do the insides. So what else is new, right? I will get on it. All right. And I'm going to adhere this right up here. Okay. Now I want you to look at the layout. And when I turn my card, I have 3 pieces and I have my sentiment, and there's my sentiment. So that's just a different way to do this layout. There you have the layout and the 2 cards all done. This one just goes a different direction. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your support. And Christy, you couldn't find your gems this morning? Oh no. They're easy to hide because they're light colors, which I didn't add gems to this. I was going to, but that's okay. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you. I'm sorry about that. Okay. I'll see you next week. I'm going to go live Wednesdays at 4 o'clock. Bye-bye.